Moving on for now, wars are no more limited to planet Earth. They have reached space. Elon Musk's Starlink satellites made that clear in the Ukraine war, and now they have a competitor. That's right, China is set to launch its own satellite network. So how exactly would it work? What exactly are the capabilities? And which areas would it cover? Just how much of a threat is it to Starlink? Let's break it all down for you. It is China's first high-orbit satellite communication network. It is a brainchild of the China Aerospace Science and Technology Corporation. The network includes high-throughput satellites. These satellites are used for secure communication. They provide higher data capacity and cover a wider area. The latest network includes the likes of ChinaSat 16, 19, and 26. What would this network do exactly? Basically, provide fast and secure internet services. And just how fast are we talking about? Up to 500 gigabytes per second. China aims to meet this target by the year 2025. And how exactly would China use this internet service? For aviation, for navigation, for emergency services, and energy. But where exactly would it be used? What is the area it would cover? Let me tell you, the satellite is not only for China. It would also cover Russia, Southeast Asia, Mongolia, India, as well as the Indian and Pacific Oceans. You see, the satellite network is Beijing's strategy to boost connectivity with its BRI partners. It's not keeping the services to itself. It would commercialize them. This is what could threaten Starlink's monopoly. Speaking of which, how do the two networks really compare? Musk's Starlink has a low-orbit constellation. The Chinese network, on the other hand, has high-orbit satellites. It can provide more coverage than Starlink in far fewer satellites. It also provides a more stable connection. The Starlink satellites are more suitable for regional enhancement. The Chinese network offers better overall coverage. You see, China is gearing up to challenge America in space. And it's not just about satellites. 2 weeks ago, China launched a robot space plane as well. It is known as the Shenlong or Divine Dragon. It is the space plane's third mission to orbit in as many years. As China takes these strides, the US is obviously not going to sit around and just watch. The American military has launched a mission of its own. Its secretive X-37B robot space plane has blasted off from Florida. This is its 7th mission, but the first one atop a SpaceX Falcon Heavy rocket. Now, this time around, the space plane will be delivered in a higher orbit than before. And what do we know about it? Very little, actually. The Pentagon has not disclosed much. For starters, the space plane looks like a mini space shuttle. It carries classified experiments. As for the mission, this is what American authorities said in a statement last month. The space plane would involve tests of new orbital regimes, experimenting with future space domain awareness technologies. Now, make of it what you can. The X-37B is also carrying a NASA experiment. It would study how plant seeds are affected by prolonged exposure to space radiation. This would help the scientists know more about crop cultivation in space. And how long is X-37B going to stay in space is the question. The planned duration has not been made public, but reports say it will run till at least June 2026. You see, the space race is getting intense, just to say the least. And India is also neck and neck with the US and China. In the next 5 years, it plans to launch 50 satellites and create a layer in different orbits. And what exactly would these satellites do? Gather intelligence, track the movement of troops, and image thousands of kilometers of area. We are talking about entire borders in everyday cycles here. If India is able to achieve that, it would take national security to the next level. Meanwhile, India's solar mission Aditya L1 is also making steady progress. All its payloads are working beautifully and are sending promising data. In almost a week from now, it will reach its Lagrange point. This is a region where gravity between Earth and Sun will neutralize, and this essentially will allow the spacecraft to view the Sun without any eclipses. This means its observation of the Sun will not be hindered anymore. You see, India, China, the US all have projects lined up. The competition is only heating up. Who is going to win the space race is the question. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the updates on the move.